done and what he hasn't done. And he knows he doesn't have what you would call a signature road playoff victory. Now, he did beat Big Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh when Ben was a rookie, but he was just a rookie, and he was the classic game manager that year, right?
Correct.
He was just driving the Maserati, right? He was just trying to keep it in bounds,
the road,
right? And yeah, that night, I didn't even know this until this week, and I'm reading back, and he did have 103-degree temperature, according to Sports Illustrated, the night before Tom Brady did, the night before the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers at Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And he was...
I couldn't tell because I was at that game.
Were you?
Yes.
Well, he was okay. He's 14-21 for 207 yards. It was just okay. They won 41-27. It was pretty much...
Rodney had a pick six.
He did. He had a pick six. That helped. So, again, is that a signature game? Most people don't even think about it that much. And you have to hark all the way back to January 14th of 2007, just following the 2006 season, to find his last road win.
Correct.
Albeit against Phillip Rivers, who is now 0-8 against Tom Brady. So that doesn't qualify as a great road victory, right? I'm just saying that with the build up to this, you've been on the Mahomes boy bandwagon all year. I'm pretty sure you're right that he is going to win. In fact, I'm very sure you're right. He's going to win MVP. I thought Drew Brees made a strong case for it. Heck, I thought Tom Brady did, but there's no way he's going to get any MVP love because he gets only hate nationally.
Hold on. How did he get hate nationally?
I don't know.
He just won the MVP last year.
He was so good that
did he win the MVP last year?
Couldn't stop him.
Did he win the MVP last year?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
So, well, of course, there's no way he's going to go back to back. So it's Patrick Mahomes is the new flavor of the year, and this has been his year, and I give you that.
He deserve it.
Okay. I give it to you. I'm glad for Tom Brady's sake that he is going to win MVP because it sets up Tom Brady to have a signature road win, not only against the MVP, but against the coach Andy Reid, who has owned Bill Belichick the last 4 times they have played. Not 2 times or 3 times, but 4 times he has torched Belichick's defenses, right? We got 41 points and 42 points and 40 points scored in Foxborough.
I got some of my trophy case at the expense of Coach Andy
He does?
Reid.
That was a long time ago, though. That was after the, 04 season, right? It's a long time. That's ancient.
It ain't no ancient.
Okay, and he was in Philadelphia with Donovan McNabb, and now he's got your homeboy, right?
Yes, he does.
So he's got the highest flying offense that Belichick's seen since the St. Louis Rams, right? There's been nothing quite like this. And Brady knows full well he's going to have to be really good. So, again, my bottom line is Tom Brady is going to have to be so good and so clutch, especially on 3rd down as he was against Phillip Rivers and the Chargers last Sunday, when I thought he was, I've never seen him better than he was last Sunday, that he's going to have to control the football and control the clock and keep Andy Reid's offense mostly on the sidelines so it can't continue to torch Belichick's defense, because I think it just will. If you give the ball enough to Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek and Kelsey and Watkins and Damian Williams, it's just they're just going to put up a bunch of points.
Well, if I look at it from the Chiefs' defensive perspective, they got to take away those quick throws because the pass rush can't get there. You can't get there in a second. So if you just run to an area, Edelman and those guys just going to run to an area that you vacated and turn around and stop, and Tom Brady, the ball is going to be released.
You see what Joey Bosa said to Tom Brady during the game last week? Stop throwing it so fast. Just stop throwing it so fast. How about that?
What he should have done is turn around and tell his DB, are y'all going to press? Is anybody going to put hands on people? Or you just going to let them have free releases and me and Ingram and myself, we can't get there fast enough. But for us, Tom Brady, Skip, Tom Brady was 23rd in 20-yard throws. He's 23rd in completion percentage in 20-yard throws this year. One ball last week went over 20 yards. 37 of his 44 balls was 10 yards or less. Now, I believe the top 10, top 15 quarterbacks, if you don't put him on his butt, and you let his receivers free release and just go to an area and vacate, you line up in the defense that you're going to play. I believe 15 guys could have done what Tom Brady did. That's not to minimize what Tom Brady. Tom Brady is smart enough to know, I don't need to prove how good I am by throwing the ball down the field 50 yards. If you're going to give me this, I can catch me like the old people say they call it a mess. When you catch fish, you go fishing. Well, I can catch me a mess of fish right here at the edge. And that's what he did, Skip. Hopefully, Bob Sutton, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, understands that he must reroute. He must get physical Because what did New England do in the very first Super Bowl that they played in against the greatest show on turf, Skip? They got physical with Torrey Holt. They got physical with Isaac Bruce.
Led by
Hakeem.
Led by Ty Law.
Ty Law.
Yep.
Yes. And Otis Smith. Yep. So that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to beat them with their own game because I can trust you. They're going to get physical with you. Just like they got physical with the the Chargers receivers last week, and they got pressure on Phillip Rivers.
So help me out.
Yes.
You keep harping on this fact that Tom Brady doesn't throw it very far upfield. So what do you think Julian Edelman would run the 40 in right here, right now, today? What do you think?
Not very good.
Could
Probably about 4.6.
4.6. Really? There's no way he could run 4.6. Want to bet? I would love to see that because I think he might threaten 5 flat.
No.
I think he might threaten it. Seriously.
Well, Skip, he's never been he's more quick than fast.
I agree. I'm talking about 40 yards.
I mean, this time of year, ain't nobody breaking. I mean, only Tyreek probably running sub 4.5.
Yeah. Chris Hogan might run 4.9 right now. I don't know. Who's his deep threat? Who can run behind anybody?
Well, if you know that, if there's no threat of someone going deep, why are you playing off? Why are you afraid of it?
I don't know. You tell me, because I see the worst supporting cast Belichick has ever provided Tom Brady. He is taking into Kansas City against the Chiefs.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. We give Tom Brady so much credit. See, you can't use that as we give him so much credit because he's been able to do what he's been able to do, and he hadn't had signature receivers with the exception of Randy Moss and Wes Welker, because I think Wes Welker is probably the advent of the slot receiver.
He was.
And so those two guys. But so you can't say, well, he's taking, because that's what made Tom Brady Tom Brady.
Yet, I think you've agreed with me. Rob Gronkowski is no longer Rob Gronkowski.
No, he doesn't look
so
like
you can't trust him to do much of anything, if anything at all. If he catches one ball Sunday night, I'll be happy because that's all he's got in him.
Well, Eric Berry is going to be.
I thank you for bringing that up because Andy Reid said he's looking like Eric Berry.
No, Skip, he hadn't looked like he played unbelievable. Remember that Thursday night game a couple years ago, and he tore his Achilles that same season, and he just got back. So is Eric Berry Eric Berry? We won't know. Well, obviously Gronk doesn't look like the same Gronk from 2 or 3 years ago. Injuries, and you keep having. I don't care how great you are, and I don't care how soon you come back and how well you come back, Skip. When darkness keep going inside your body, eventually that catches up with you.
So there's no Travis Kelce on Brady's roster, and there's no Tyreek that I can see unless you see one. I don't see one. You're the Hall of Famer. I can't see one.
I sure wish Russell Wilson had a Travis Kelce at the time. I sure wish some of them.
We're just talking about Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but see, you want to talk about all the weapons that he has.
Okay, well, I'm just saying it looks like a mismatch on paper because is there a Sammy Watkins on the Patriots roster? There's not one.
No, but Skip. The thing is that what you do is that you devalue the guys that Brady plays with. You have to understand.
I don't devalue him. He just makes them better. He makes them AFC Championship game worthy. You can actually get away with this bunch because you have the greatest player ever at quarterback.
I'm not arguing that. But for what they need, Julian Edelman works perfectly. For what they need, James White works perfectly. I'm not so sure James White. You think James White's going to have this kind of production for any other team? No. But for the Patriots, he's perfect.
He's all they got. You just got to keep flipping it to him and hope that you out-scheme, out-wit, outsmart the defense, right?
Yes.
You hope they play into your hands. They play off. I don't know. Kansas City, Bob Sutton, he's been around for a long time.
He's a pressure guy.
Yeah, he's a pressure guy. And by the way, the Kansas City Chiefs, would you believe they led the NFL in sacks? It's a bad defense, but it's not bad when it comes to rushing the passer.
Yeah.
So their strength could be Brady's weakness, right?
Well, what their pass defense? Terrible.
Okay. But if you can get up in people's faces and within, like Bosa's saying, I was getting there in 2.5 seconds, but the ball was gone in 2. Can you get there in 2 seconds?
No, not if you let the guys have free releases. Absolutely not.
Okay, what if you get up in their faces across the ball?
Not now.
What if you're press man across the ball?
We're talking.
Okay, well, that could be a problem. And I've seen Brady have problems when, A, they can't protect him, and B, you can't get anybody open because you just can't match up weapon-wise with the DB.
You have to, Skip. Brady is too good. And these quarterbacks, these top quarterbacks are too good. If you let them have their first receiver, you're losing. Because they're too good, they're going to be too accurate. At some point in time, you have to disrupt the timing.
Okay.
You have to.
All right. So let's flip it around. Okay. Patrick Mahomes, what do I see so far? I see wildly talented. I see the best arm in football. I see rare, like generational arm talent.
Yeah.
And athletic, combined with athletic ability and ability to throw it on the run. I see arrogant confidence, supreme confidence instilled by a head coach who traded up to get you and just gave you everything and said, you are the best. You are the reason we're here.
He reminds you of a young Brett Favre. That's who he is. I mean, with his arm talent, with his ability to skate the pocket.
And that brings me to the one weakness. What the Dallas Cowboys always used to say about young Brett Favre, every game he will throw you 3 footballs.
Yep.
You just have to be ready to catch the 3 because they're going to come sidearm, they're going to come underhanded, they're going to come ways that you're not ready for, and they're going to come hot and hard.
Absolutely.
And you have to get your hands up and be ready to hold on to the football. Because it will, 3 of them will hit Patriots in the hands. And by the way, the one thing the Patriots did well on defense, they forced turnovers.
Yeah.
They were 10th in takeaways and 10th in the turnover ratio. So again, that's one good thing on a defense that was mostly pathetic all year.
They should always be good in takeaways. Yeah. I mean, turnover differential. You know why? Because the offense doesn't turn it over.
Okay.
So anytime if you get 10 in the course of a season or 15, you're probably going to end up in the plus because Brady's not throwing a whole bunch of interceptions and they don't put the ball on the turf that much.
Okay. So to your point, the Patriots desperately need 2 turnovers just to hang in the game. And then if it's close in the fourth quarter, I believe we'll see exactly what happened in Foxborough because they jumped ahead 33-30, did Mahomes and company. And all of a sudden, Tom Brady said, no, not in my house. 182 passing yards in the fourth quarter. He outscored Mahomes 16-14 in the fourth quarter. Get it close, Brady wins it.
Keep it close. Hey. Kansas City, keep it close to in the fourth quarter.
You like that?
I like it when it's close in the fourth quarter.
Really?
Yeah, I like to put a man to the test.
So in a close game, you're taking Patrick Mahomes, first-year starter, over the 19th-year man, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Really? Interesting.
My homeboy, he played too well. He come too far.
We talk about the age of these two. This is my favorite. Tom Brady, when he played in his first AFC Championship game. Patty, your guy, 6 years old. 6 years old.
Yeah. Told his mom and dad then, say, see that guy playing right there?
That's gonna
I'm going to put foots in him.
I'm sure, I hope
I'm going to put foots in him 17 years later.
We've got a different championship game this weekend. Our Skip and Shannon still on the Saints bandwagon. We'll discuss that one next.
And I won't back down. Tonight on FS1, it's a college hoops doubleheader. First, Big Ten contenders collide as Maryland hits the hardwood against Ohio State. Exclamation!